All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yehoshai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutes to all the 144,000 elect out there. We are coming back at you with another lesson. Just checking out this the live camp Saturday recently gone on the highways and the byways. London Central Camp. This is the our elders and our big brothers going in, and I just homed in on some words. Other brothers are just going to let it play for you to hear it, and then I'm going to hit some precepts. They made some interesting points. I'm just going to hit some of the bullet points. It's about 3 hours long, but obviously I can't play the whole thing. But the whole of it is edifying. But they're going in. They're going in on some. I selected some words. I'm going to title it as far as the things that I've said. I'm going to entitle it on some of the words of wisdoms that I brought out. So let's check it out without further ado.
Yeah, so that's what happens, man. It's about having humility, man. The greater thou art become, the more humble you're supposed to become, man. The greater you are, the more humble you're supposed to become. But with these guys, the more greater they are, the more prouder they become, man. They're like, fuck humility, man, basically.
Yahweh Shai is supposed to be our role model, man. When Yahweh Shai came, he never came like that to us, man.
Exactly.
He had a task to teach and tell us things, right? But the way he acted, himself was not any of a higher position, man.
Look, man, the Lord could have come on a horse and all of that, horseback, with all the gold trimmings and all that, but what did the Lord? He came on a donkey, man. That shows you how humble the Lord was. Humility. He came rode on a donkey, man. That's the King of the Jews, man. The Lord and King of Kings came into the kingdom of Israel rolling on a donkey. That's how humble the Lord was, man. He didn't come in a great army and all that.
Oh, when they tried to worship Yahweh Shai as king,
he did, man. He did. He would go off. He would go off into the, into the outskirts, man.
Catch a boat or something.
He'll just disappear on them, man. Yeah. I'm trying to bow down to me right now. Huh? We're not in that time, man. And that's why before he even left the earth, before he got crucified, he washed the disciples' feet. Mm-hmm. That's humble. That's the King of Kings right there, man. Where are you going to see Nate get down on his knees and start washing these congregations' feet? Nate will never do that shit. But he'll tell them to wash his feet. He'll make sure they do it first before he'll ever get on his damn knees and worship them.
Yahweh Shai never lived life trying to accumulate money, build schools.
Well, he whooped their asses for doing that. He was making merchandise of his father's house in the temple. And what did he do? He made a cat of nine tails and started whooping their asses, man. Yeah. We can turn my father's house into a merchandise of thieves, man. The house is dead of thieves. He wasn't with all that.
He didn't wear soft clothing, the fancy clothing and that.
Yeah.
So these things, these are the things that we kind of try to imitate, man. I know that we can't do it perfectly because we're not the Lord, innit? But we try our best to kind of emulate the things that he did and how he kind of lived. To the best of our ability in this time and era that we're living in.
Right.
Because the era does change things. The captivity we're under is different slightly compared to then and so forth. So there's certain things that's a bit different. But we try to live that same type of life, man. We're not out here obsessed with creating and building and earning loads of money and
material wealth
at the expense of other people.
Yeah. And the Lord said the real
prophets, people and shit.
The Lord said the real prophets will be prophesying in sackcloth.
That's right.
Cheap
garments, man.
Cheap garments, man. Not king's garments and all of that. Not like you just said, a royal apparel and all that. Broad enough phylacteries like the wicked scribes and Pharisees, and like the IUIC and those different Power Ranger camps, man. They've got the uniform garments and all that. Everyone has the same colours, same trimming, same gold trimming.
Like their army.
Like the military army and all that. We ain't coming in that spirit, man. Lord said the real prophets going to prophesy in sackcloth. Sackcloth is supposed to be like potato sacks.
Hey, we can glory when we receive the prize. When we receive the glory from Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai crowns us, man, and changes our vile bodies, man, then we can glorify. Then we can, act like we did something.
Yeah.
Right now we haven't achieved shit yet. We're just here teaching right now. We don't know if we're gonna make it yet. We have to get there first.
It's not about us.
Once that change comes, then we can say, we did a good job.
Got something.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get up first. Yeah.
It's the book of Luke 14 and the 8 to the start. When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room.
Right, so don't make an assumption that because you think that you're some great man that you get to sit at the top. You know, that you're the most honored guest in the whole place. Don't assume that. Because it's going to say it's going to be those that are more esteemed than yourself. Right? Go on.
Lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him,
A more honorable man. Right? Someone greater than you. Yep.
and he that bed thee and him come and say to thee, give this man praise, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room.
Yeah, now you have to get up. In front of everybody, get up and move your ass down to the lower chambers, man, and sit yourself down with less honored people that you didn't even think that you belong down there, though. And that's why it's gonna hurt because your pride.
Yeah, but the guy
You
from the lower ranks got put up.
Yeah, you're gonna feel better.
Yeah.
Going up because I'm actually esteemed greater than I thought. Because someone else esteemed you greater, not because you esteemed yourself.
That's it.
We don't esteem ourselves to be anything, man. We would be the first to say we're pieces of shit, right?
Our righteousness is a filthy rag.
That's right.
Let another man esteem you, exalt you.
Yep. So we're not here to try and prove nothing like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm this important person, because none of us are that important. Let's be real. Most I can raise stones.
Exactly. He said
It
that.
could be anybody.
Lord said
It
actually.
don't have to be me. It don't have to be you. It could be anybody who could raise up and do the job.
Look, man, the Lord made donkey speak. He made an animal speak, man. The Lord can raise up stones, man, to prophesy. Literally, start speaking to the stone.
Some common
People
thing,
start bugging out,
person.
you know. People start bugging out, saying the stone speaking to me, you know. But the Lord can make a stone prophesy, so it's not really about us. The Lord can use anything to His disposal. But that's why you have to be humble, man, because knowledge puffeth up. Certain guys, they forget themselves over time. But you forget that the Lord could have chose someone else other than you to push this truth.
They get too caught up in these titles and shit, man.
Yeah,
Bishop, deacons, and fucking all this shit, man.
Just teach the word, man.
These things don't matter, man. Yes, some brothers might have rank and certain titles and that for purpose of order, right? Because we've got people we need to manage and all that kind of stuff. So, it's differentiation. But we don't take those titles seriously like that to make us feel like we're someone important.
Yeah.
You know? Bishops. Are we really bishops? I haven't got anything to really say that. You know, I haven't done anything. I haven't achieved anything. I haven't got anything to really say that I am. No one's given me that title. Yahushua never gave me that title. Right? We're all going to be given our lots when Yahushua turns up. Right? So you might get fucking D ranked. Now what? Oh, I'm not a bishop no more. I'm just
Deacon or whatever.
whatever the case.
Teach the word, man.
Isn't it?
Just teach the word. Forget all the other excessive stuff, the gimmicks, man. Just teach the word. That's why all you other guys, when you want to start bringing rap careers and all this other worldly shit into this truth
to make yourself feel good.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with it. The Lord said, "Just eat it, bro, and go out there and teach Israel." That's all we've been prescribed to do. Everything else is an extracurricular activity, man. It's not needed.
Hey, but guess what, man? If you're at the bottom, you put yourself at the bottom. The only place you can go is up. So the only place you can go is up. If you put yourself at the top, though, the only place you can go is down. Yeah. That's what this is going into, right? Go on.
Even though I see them calling us bums and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll be bums, man.
Right.
We don't give a shit.
You're not hurting our feelings, man.
Yeah.
We know it's not true. So it doesn't really matter.
It also says the meek shall inherit the earth. So we'll be bums, man.
If that's how you perceive us to be, then fine.
So blessed are ye when men shall revile you and all that. Speak all manners of evil from the Lord's name's sake, the real name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not no most high in Christ blessed. So we'll be the bums, man. If you want to be the accolades of society, be that, man.
It's better to be a bum than be somebody with an inflated ego.
Be selfish.
Ooh. That's the point right there, man. So there was a holy words of wisdom said, Yahushua is our role model. Ultimately, Yahushua is our role model. We seek to imitate him. And it's better to be looked at as a bum than to be a man with a inflated ego. That's really the conclusion of the matter throughout the whole of the video. Enough things were said, words were exchanged. Let me hit some precepts that I like to hear. These are reminders for all of us, by the way. All of us have these reminders. We need these reminders, right? Because we ain't achieved nothing in this place, man. The greater they are, the more humble thyself. And others are, we get beamed up out of this place, and then we could start to feel like we've achieved something, as the big brothers are saying. So Proverbs 16 and 18 says, pride goeth before destruction, and then haughty spirit before a fall. Because they're making examples of what they call it, the Power Ranger camps, the purple people camps, and the other one body in Yehoshua and all of that. But yeah, this is a universal scriptures we're looking at right now. Yeah, pride goes before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Because he's going to make examples. Yahweh, Yahushua are going to make examples. Judgment does start in the house of the Most High. Starts in the house of God. So the Most High are going to make examples. You know, primarily, we are the ones on the receiving end of the being reviled. So all those that are reviling us, he's going to make examples of them. GMS is the ones primarily on the receiving end of the mockery and the scorning and the hating, being called bums. But we rather be looked at as a bum, viewed as a bum. No, it's not true, but than to be than to have an inflated ego. I'm gonna take that as the title of this video. Better to be looked at as a bum than to be a man with an inflated ego. Reading on Proverbs 16 and 19 now. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. That's basically what he said. That's basically what he's saying there in not so many words. Better to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. Better to be looked at as a bum than to be a man with a haughty ego. So I was looking at when you make a modern day comparison, because you got brothers who have to decide we have to drop it right now. We have to drop it like this. This is Clark Kent, because right now we're dropping it like we're bums. Clark Kent, and what happened to Clark Kent? Right, after time, after shadows, after the alter ego kicked in, and that's when you really something when you turn into Superman. We ain't no Superman right now. We ain't Superman right now. I'm just using this, for want of a better illustration. But we ain't no Supermans right now. We're bums. We're Clark Kents. Brothers have to drop it like that in the when they're in the. I was looking at this because this came to my mind when I was watching this video. Yeah, I'm into that. Back in the day, I was into all of that, but it does tie in with the scriptures. Yeah, what did Clark Kent work? Where did Clark Kent work? The Daily Planet newspaper journal, as putting a little bit of jest in it. We're having a bit of fun with this. Yeah, newspaper journal, as commonly depicted in most media, featuring the character Clark is a humanoid alien refugee. That's how they view him that's his role in the movie, as a humanoid alien refugee from the planet Krypton, who lands on Earth, developing superhuman abilities and becoming superhuman. Because the more they came from the land, the Earth or the planet Krypton, and the more they got closer to Earth, according to the movies, the more superhuman abilities they had. They became Superman and the Three Stooges. If you saw all of the super movies, all of the Superman movies, starting from 1979 and going all the way up to the modern day ones. But if you saw the modern day ones, the earlier ones, you saw that they realized the more they came from this planet Krypton and came closer to the planet Earth, the more abilities, superhuman abilities they had. Superman and the Three Stooges as well. So developing super abilities and becoming Superman's earthly only superheroes, while also working as a journalist for the Daily Planet newspaper journal in Metropolis. That's where he worked. You had to drop it like a geek. You had to drop it like a bum in the workplace. But yeah, we're dropping it like we're bums right now. Yeah, we're being we from day to day when we're moving about behind enemy lines, in the workforce, right? In the our day-to-day lives, in doing business and exchanging. You understand? We're dropping it like we're bums. We're dropping it like we're geeks. What we're asked to do, we do. Like, if you know the story of Clark Kent, he acted like a total bum, a total idiot, a total geek. But when things popped off, he put on the Superman. The Superman come out, and he dashed with the suit and tie. Right? So we ain't doing nothing right now. We're worms right now, but other routers are, right? 144,000 elect. Assemble. My previous video. You know, I'll get into some of these superheroes, but just to make a point though, a little bit of jest, but that's just to make a point. The point is that the big brothers are making is that we rather be looked at as bums, right? I read the precepts, than to be a man with an inflated ego, and that represents GMS. Proverbs 19 and 16, Proverbs 16 and 19, I read it again. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. That's how we looked at, and we don't mind. We want to be looked at as that, viewed as that, even though we don't have to be bums. We're not necessarily bums. We're worms though. We're lowly. We ain't achieved much. We ain't got the crowns on our heads yet. We're not on the throne yet, right? So we have to act humbly. The greater they are, the more humble thyself. And I'm applying this I'm applying this first and foremost to myself. And we ain't, because the race ain't run yet, right? The race is not for the swift. The race ain't finished yet. The race is not for the swift, but for those who endure it. Let's hit a couple more precepts to end it off, and then we're going to let the elder brothers, big brothers, the elders, continue, close it out. Matthew 5, and we made mention of this one, and I read from 11. It says, Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Right? We're being reviled. We're being reviled. Like I say, just living behind enemy lines is a reviling in itself. Taking the low every day, turning the other cheek by our actions, man, by the looks that we get, by the treatment that we get, by the lies that are told about us. We're in the corporate world. We got to suck it up day in and day out. Yeah. So it says, Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. When it's for the Most High's sake, right? He's making a point here, making an important point here, as the big brothers are making. Reading on in 12. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. Yeah, you will be rewarded for that. Taking the low. Yahushua is our role model, and we seek to imitate his humility. Yeah, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Right? I made mention of Yahushua and many of the sincere prophets. So we're in Abara Azar, GMS, we're in good company. We're sucking it up, we're taking it on the chin, being reviled. We're in good company. 13, to end it off, of Matthew 5. Ye are the salt of the earth. Right, that's the point. We are the salt of the earth, man. We give it flavor, right? We give the earth flavor. We're being reviled, we suck it up, we take the low. And the brothers made mention of this precept too. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to let the big brothers continue. They did make mention of it. I'm going to read it. Matthew 19 and 30 says, But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Right. So I'm going to let them break it down. I'm going to let big brothers and elders, I'm going to let them break down that scripture. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Shalom to all the sincere Akim, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salute to all 144,000 elect out there. Let the elders, the big brothers, break that scripture down. Matthew 19 and 30.
Sorted, then that's going to be destroyed. Like exactly. the deacon Asaph, you know, who pumping yourself up. You're going to get hit with a missile, man. And you're more than likely going to end up taking the damn sea anyway. Oh. So they're definitely going to give you a seat to get hit with a nuclear missile.
Yeah. Go
on. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that begged thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher.
Yeah. So that's like an invitation to receive that honor, which that's what the Lord's going to bring. When he comes and crowns the men of the Lord, the elect, those are going to be some of the lowliest brothers, man. Some of the most feeble and so-called humble and feeblest brothers on this side. But they're going to be exalted by the Lord. He's going to put crowns on their head. because they stood stiffly for the word, man. Those are known as the men of the elect.
But this is the same thing as going into, because in the scripture it speaks about the Pharisees and the wicked scribes and Pharisees, man. They love they love the upper chambers in the courts and people calling for them, calling out their names and stuff like that. They love that, right? It's the same with Nate. Nate loves it.
Yeah.
You know, he'll quickly run to the top place and say, "Yeah, I deserve to be here." That's his spirit.
He came on a horse.
Yeah, that's his spirit, man. So these are scriptures for you. You are directly being spoken of, you know, because that's what the spirit you come in.
But the Lord also said, the first shall be last,
I've got that.
and the last shall be. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, fam. This is the book of Matthew, the 19th chapter, the 30th verse. For many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
So guys like Nate, Alazar, all these guys that's priding themselves as being the top leaders in Israel, the Lord's gonna make you push you. You're gonna be de-ranked, man. You're gonna be pushed to the back. You're gonna be put down, man. You're gonna be kicked off your high horses, man.
Well, the way they're going, man, they're not even going to be a part of the elect. So
No, they're not going to be part of it.
They're going to be way out there. They're going to be way down.
They're going to be
way
the
down.
first shall be last, meaning the first are going to be destroyed. Those ones that think they're the shit, when really you're supposed to be revering Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and pushing Yahweh Shai to the forefront. Instead, you're exalting yourself. So they're going to destroy you. You're going to be pushed to the back. And meaning, so even in the kingdom, you're going to be in a lower rank than the men of the Lord. Even in the kingdom, you're not going to be on that top government level of the elect, 144 of them. You're going to be de-ranked. You're going to be in there. You're going to be up. You're going to be an Israelite. You're going to be a king. You're going to be lower because you fucked up yourself on this side, man. You prided yourself as being the top guy on this side. So the Lord said, the first shall be last, and last shall be first. You basically deep yourself in the spirit.
Yeah, just I say, go up higher, then shall thou have what? I mean, so have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased.
That's right.
And he that
who exalts himself shall be abased. So guys like this, you're going to be abased, man. The Lord going to humble you, man. Even if you're part of the elect, the Lord's still going to humble your ass. Something drastic's going to happen to you. But the way things are looking, man, you guys is waxing worse and worse. All the madness that you're spewing out your mouths nowadays, you can't see no way you getting changing your true colours, man. It just looks like the Lord's just going to have to humble you different. So it looks like, like you can read that again. Slack it up. Slack the brush.
For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
So that's the process, man. That's what's going to be happening in these last days. And you notice how men of great millstone, we're the ones that's getting the more eyes looked upon and seeing those. Those are really the men of the Lord now. The Lord saying in the last days that then it shall be known you are my chosen. And all these things that's happening, all these stories that's coming out is showing and distinguishing the true men of the Lord from who's real and who's not. Like the Nates and all these Aladars and all that, they've shown Wi-Fi camps and the body and what's
One
that?
body in Christ.
Just one body now, isn't it?
Yeah, one body.
Just one body.
They've been
now.
shown to be the failures of the world. They've been shown not to be the real. But the men of great millstone, they're slowly but surely receiving more, light.
Well, we're waxing.
Yeah,
Waxing
greater
greater. Yeah.
to show.
That's the point right there, man. Yeah, so we're being revolved. We're being revolved, but in the Most High, the whole way, whole Shai's eyes, we're waxing greater and greater. We're being revolved right now. But I want to end with that note. The point was made, man. Yeah, Matthew 19 and 30 says, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So we're being pinpointed out as the bums, so-called bums, which we're not bums, but it's better to be looked at as a bum than to be a man with an inflated ego. So shalom to all the sincere Akim once again. Point made, man. Words of wisdom. Better to be viewed as a bum. As a matter of fact, let me get that precept again, because they sound so similar in so many words. Proverbs 16 and 19 says, better to be of the humble spirit with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud. Better to be viewed, looked at as a bum, than to be a man with an inflated ego. There you have it. You have to drop it like that right now. We're nothing, we're worms right now. Dropping it like worms. Dropping it in the corporate world. Sucking it up, taking it on the chin. acting like geeks. But what happened to Clark Kent? Over time, right? He soon knew how to drop it. Abarazar, this is a bad example, but you get the point. Yeah, when the Most High beamed us up, he says, come up here, you're gonna be Superman, right? All powerful, Carlisle, all powerful. So the word that Yoba Shemish put spirit on me once again to do that video. Shalom to all the sincere Akim. We on to the next.